Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you on the basic properties of limits. So this is the my first video for calculus. So there's like three properties of limits that I'm going to cover. So I have an example here. This is my examples. So I'm back on how to read this limit rotation is limit. Find the limit of as x approaches g of f of x equals to 2. Okay, those words tayo na. So it doesn't matter. So 1. So this is the first property of limit. As x approaches g, find the limit of 4 times f of x. So in this first property, this is like constant multiple rule of derivatives. Tatanggalin lang natin yung 4, tapos multiply natin dun sa function. So we have here a function of f of x. As you can see, hinuwalay lang natin. So as you can see here, yung given natin as limit x approaches g of f of x is equals to 2. So replace lang natin siya. So therefore, that's the answer for this property. This is the first property of limit. So let's take another example regarding on that one. This is like constant multiple rule whatsoever. So let's find the limit of x approaches g of 3 times f of x plus 5 of g of x. So what we're going to do here is just distribute the limit property and then use the constant multiple rule or someone like that, and that's it. So here, and then f of x. So as you can see, I just distributed it and then use the constant multiple rule. And here we have limit x approaches g of x, and then after this we're just going to replace them with our values. So yung value ng limit as x approaches g of f of x is equals to 2. So kanina pa ako nabubul dito. So 5 times the limit as x approaches g of x is equals to -3. So therefore just gonna replace them with that and then do the basic math. So we have here 6 plus -15. So the answer here is, what's the answer here? -9, right? Yeah, just making sure that you're following me. So that's the answer for this problem. So that's the first property of limit, the thing called like constant multiple rule. So now let's go to the second property. So this is wait, like product rule or product property. If you have a limit as x approaches g or some number g of the function f of x times g of x, so we're just going to use the product rule or maybe the product property of limits. So what we're going to do here is just straight take the limit of both fraction. That's where we're going to do. Just take the limit of both fraction directly. So let's just approach this. So we have a limit as x approaches g of f of x times the limit of the limit as x approaches g of x, and then what we're going to do now is just replace them with our values from the top left. So we have 2 and then -3. This is just an example. So 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So that's it. That's how to get the value. That's the second property of limit, the product property. So now we will move out to the of our last property. Let's just call this property quotient. Quotient rule or quotient property of limits. This is just like the same mo sa property ng logarithms. Like if you have a product, a quotient, you're just going to transform it into plus and minus. In this problem, you will see it. So let's take limit as x approaches g of f of x divided by g of x. So what we're going to do now is use the properties of logarithms, but in a limits way. So this will happen. So the limit as x approaches g, I'm having trouble writing, will become f of x minus g of x minus the limit of as x approaches g of g of x. So that will be it. So as you can see, we just applied the properties of logarithms but in a limit way. So we're just going to replace those two with their corresponding values and then do the math. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you understand what I'm saying and then understand the limits, the properties of limits. And thank you guys for watching.